So one of the hardest things I've had to learn how to do, and one of my biggest issues that I have learned from so many years was learning how to walk away. And I'm convinced that most men's problems is because you don't know how to learn how to walk away. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like anytime like you meet a new woman, right? And you're trying to, get her out on the first date, or for a woman, she's trying to get a guy out, right? Whatever it is, right? When you're trying to get somebody out, and maybe they're out of town, or maybe they got things going on, so they may say, hey, I got to get back to you, or I can't do it this week. And anytime you put the ball, and I learned this from Coach Corey Wayne, shout out to him, shout out to the GOAT. Anytime you hit the tennis ball over the net and you put the ball in somebody else's court, you got to wait for them to hit it back. And usually what happens is we get so locked into them maybe not hitting us back. We're being impatient and we don't want to wait. And what's going on is you've entered scarcity mode. And what I mean by that is you're not thinking abundantly. You're not really locked into what you got going on in your life, because if you was really locked into what you got going on in your life, you will have standards for yourself. And when you have standards and self-respect for yourself, you'll understand that like, if a woman likes me, she's going to let it be known. So the same thing in dating, when you hit the ball over the court, you know what I'm saying? You gotta wait for her to hit you up. Because what happens is, you know what I'm saying? Say for instance, you told a woman like, hey, hit me back. You know what I'm saying? When you get some free time, let me know. If she never lets you know, you know what I'm saying? Over time, you will get an answer. But this is what happens, you know what I'm saying? See, as a man, I know, because I felt this for years. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted my answer to be on my terms. So I wanted the answer to be right away. And to me, if it's been more than 4 or 5 days, I'm panicking. But what's funny is all that really shows is that I don't really got nothing going on in my life. That's all you're really showing somebody. And I'm gonna tell you guys why, because for me, once I overcame this issue, I can never go back. And like, this is what I mean by this. There's been times where and this has happened a lot now at this point, where I'm dealing with the woman, right? And sometimes I just want space. So sometimes I might say, hey, I'll be out of town all the next week. And I'm really not. I'm really just testing them to see how weak they are. And I'm not and I know that sounds kind of crazy, but really it's just me needing a break. So what I would do is I'll say, hey, I'm gonna be out of town next week, or I'm not gonna be available next week, or whatever, right? And then what happens is I'll say, I'll hit you back when I'm back. But what happens is that after a week goes by, they're hitting me up. And now I'm like, oh man, I don't even feel like dealing with this person. And it's kind of a turnoff. So when you experience that as a man, you know what a woman feels like when you told her to hit you back and she hasn't hit you back, but yet you hit the ball again. At that point, she knows how desperate you are. And I know it's hard as a man, because if you don't have other options, or you don't have an abundance mindset, see, this is where the mindset comes into play. When you're not abundant with your life and you're too thirsty or desperate, whether it's a business situation, whatever it is, it's going to come off. Because when you tell somebody to hit you back when they get available, you gotta pay attention to the actions. The actions is gonna tell you everything you need to know. And if you can't hold out over time to get an answer, then that lets you know that you need to kind of self-reflect on your life. See, here's the thing. It takes real, especially as a man. I know how it is. I'm dealing with a situation where I was supposed to go out with a woman, and you know what I'm saying, she had some things come up where she had to go out of town. So I said, hey, let me know when you get back. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done hitting her up. I'm done initiating contact, because if I hit her up, it's gonna, for one, it lowers my value. You know what I'm saying? And then for two, it's gonna make me look thirsty, and then I'm not gonna get what I want. So what you gotta do is learn how to fall back, because when you fall back, time tells the truth. You know what I'm saying? Time tells the truth for anything. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna know if somebody really likes you, time. Because over time, it's gonna show. If she doesn't hit you up, she doesn't like you. But if she does, she likes you. Because you already sent the invitation out, hey, hit me up when you get available. If you keep pressing her about it, you know what I'm saying? That's showing how pressed. You know, dudes really will say like they really locked into their purpose and stuff like that. But to me, it just sounds like a cool thing to say, right? Because I don't walk around saying, I'm on my purpose, I'm on my purpose. So when dudes kind of in that mold, you know what I'm saying? You're not really locked into what you got going on, because in this world, you know what I'm saying? you should be having that craft, and God should be first, right? After that, you should have things that you do. For me, I like, you know what I'm saying, I like working out. So I go to the gym. I like, you know what I'm saying, getting good food. So I might go to bars by myself and get food randomly. And I like bowling. I like to go walking at parks and things like that. So when you have hobbies, naturally you're putting yourself around people, you know what I'm saying? And that higher your chances of meeting people. See, a lot of dudes don't have hobbies and stuff like that. And when you in the crib all the time, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna be able to get women like that, and it's gonna put you in scarcity. So when you do meet a woman, she's going to know that you have no other options because you're so pressed for her. And she already knows that you said, hit me back when you get available. If she hasn't hit you back, then you know your answer. You know what I'm saying? That should be a self-reflection that I need to figure out, you know what I'm saying, more of myself. I need to spend more time alone. I need to work on myself. It all goes back to your mindset. Working on your mindset, the way you see things. You know what I'm saying? When you improve that, your whole life change. Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like when you have when there's a woman I'm dealing with and she's, you know what I'm saying, she's kind of a little bit thirsty. It turns me off. So, you know what I'm saying, the fact that I've been in these situations, vice versa, then I know not to over pursue a woman. You know what I'm saying? If somebody likes you, they'll show you with your actions. But until then, you should be locked into your vision, to them dreams. You know what I'm saying? How we finna be living. You know what I'm saying? How you finna be living in 3-4 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the bank account gonna look like? How we gonna get these investments going? You know what I'm saying? That should be the focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to build your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if somebody want to come along, if they meet the criteria, then they come along. That's what it should be. All right, guys, so that's my video for today. I definitely appreciate you guys for coming to the channel. Definitely make sure, guys, that you like, comment, subscribe, share the video, share the content, and I'm gone.